Third period action. We are on a penalty kill. The puck is in our zone. It's loose in front of the net. Gets knocked into the corner, and we chip it out of the zone. Korah gets it back in the neutral zone. Re-enter Cardinal territory. Get a shot. Navarro makes the save. Rebound comes loose. Blocked by Cardinals. I believe that was Parize. It was in the corner. Korah sends it around. Carly Shea gets there first, takes a second, and sends that cross ice right pass to me. Nice pass, Carly. Korah gets back in their zone. 20 seconds on that power play. She's going to get the red line over the blue. Cuts behind the net. Pass out front. Everyone's tied up. Brian gets a loose puck, fires it down the ice, and that's going to be the end of the penalty. Now we're back to 5-on-5. 13:45 to go in regulation. Cardinals up 5-1. Getting ready for the championship versus Schollard Hall Bears at 3 p.m. Interesting point about that game is Schollard Hall is a AAA school, so they'll have to go to the AAA offset, and we'll go to the AA offset, regardless of the outcome of the game. We already know where we're going to go, but girls are going to play to win, because nobody likes to lose. Puck cleared out by the Soo. Nice and waved off. Avery gets back for it. Bryant chips it into the zone. Harris gets a piece of it. Now it comes out to Manini and back into the zone. 13 minutes to go in regulation time, and the Cardinals have punched their ticket to OFSA after Mark. We just got to figure out what color medal we're going to bring home today. Got to get through 12 and a half minutes of this first, but we've been in control pretty much the whole game. Up by 4 with 12:22 to go. Navarro fixing up something under her pad real quick. The goalie gets set up. There it goes. She's fixed whatever the issue was. Pad's coming back on, maybe. No, they're still working on it. We'll give her a minute with this, and if it takes any longer, the ref's going to make us change goalies. There we go. Putting the pad back on. And come the gloves and the stick, and we're back in action with 12:22 to go in regulation. 5-1 for the Cardinals. Off the draw, everyone's tied up. Korah finds a loose puck. Send it out front, but Mail White intercepts that. Gets that to Brooklyn Manini. Brooklyn Manini regroups in our own zone. Chips it up to Angus. That's kept in at the blue line. Paize gets a loose puck over to Brooklyn Manini. She chips that out of the zone. Korah gets it back in the neutral zone, sends it in. Carrington ties up in the corner. Nice battle. Puck comes up front. Big save from Navarro, and she takes on that rebound. Girl skates into the white wall in front and takes the seat. Ref is explaining that we did not hit her. The girl ran into us. Girls aren't getting any nice advantage today for Korah. They just had a couple comments on the bench about the ref, so I guess they don't get along. But this Korah team has a bit of a reputation, I heard, so it is what it is. At least we'll get some fair officiating. And again, we'll get some good officiating for the finals because it's North Bay and Sudbury, so the refs have no horse in the race. 11.5 minutes to go now. Puck still in Korah zone. They start to break out with it. Judd gets a piece of it, and Chevrier keeps that in with some help from Rainer Fletcher. Fletcher gets it again. Now Chevrier, loose puck and some feet. Chevy knocks it down low. And Korah gets it back. 11 minutes to go in regulation. Korah looking to break out. Chevrier slows it down. They manage to get to the red line. Over the blue. Cuts in front. Shot blocked by Avery Manini. Now Korah sends it to the blue line. They don't connect on that pass. They regroup in the neutral zone. Cardinals go for a line change. Pick up the loose puck. Paise over to White. White chips it in. Korah sends it, tries to get it out. Brooklyn Harris gets a shot on net. Rebound to Bryant. She gets out of there real quick to avoid any issues. Smart play as we're up 5-1. Don't need to grind away with it. Loose puck picked up by Korah. Harris gets a stick on it. Gets some help from Bryant. Bryant gets it up a bit, but knocked away by Korah. Korah to the neutral zone, gets the red line, dumps it in. Oh, we're going to get a penalty here. Interference. Not on purpose. But it happens. Power play now for Korah with 10 minutes to go in regulation. Korah gets it to the blue line. D to D. And pressure from the Cardinals keeps it at the blue line. Now we get it out. That was Chevrier with all the pressure. In comes Angus, scoops up the loose puck. And fires that down. Puck bounces out front. Korah picks it up, goes behind the net. Angus with some pressure. Gets some help from Chevrier. And now it's back for Brooklyn Manini, who fires that all the way down the ice. 9.5 minutes to go in regulation. Puck comes up the side and out. Ryan Chevrier sends it back in the zone. Korah gets it. They start to break out with it. Come up to the neutral zone. They get into the zone, cut across, get a shot, that goes wide, rebound, goes behind the net. Korah tries to get it in front, blows a wheel, Avery Manini gets a loose puck. She chips it up, but Korah keeps that in. They go across the blue line, pressure from Shea, keeping her outside. Now they get a shot. I think Navarro might have got a piece of that one, or it just went wide. Now rebound in front, picked up by Brooklyn Manini, and she fires that all the way down. 35 seconds to go in Cardinals penalty. Pressure from Fletcher. Icing called against the Sioux. .25 seconds in the penalty, 8:32 in regulation. Korah gets the draw. They send it up behind the net. And all the fans that were supporting Korah have disappeared, it seems, as they enter the zone. Judd stops at the hash marks, gets it to Shea. Shea at the blue line sends that out. There is another game next door, Llewellyn against St. Mary's, and I wonder if the kids went to go watch that instead. They were tied at 1 after 2 periods. A little bit more of an interesting game than this one. At the blue line, we slow him down, but Korah gets in with 8 minutes left in regulation. We got 5-on-5 hockey. Judd chips it up to Manini. Manini back to Judd. Now she fires that around the boards. Korah keeps it in. At the blue line, they try to walk in. It's stopped by the Cardinals. They keep it in. Walk in again. Blocked by the Cards. This shot. Oh, big slash behind the play. No call there. Icing coming up though. .7:21 left in regulation. 5-1 birdies. Puck comes to the blue line. Shots fired. Saved by Navarro. Rebound in the corner. Chipped away by the Cardinals. Angus gets it out of the zone. She chips it up center. Chevrier's flying in. She gets in there. Shot is saved. Penalty coming up against the Sioux for a slash. And got a little slash on the way in there. So 7:06. Cardinals on the power play. Puck picked up by Bryant. She sends that to Manini on blue line, Avery on blue line. Back to Alyssa. Alyssa back to Avery, back to Alyssa. Over to Avery. Avery takes a shot, hits some skate. Rebound picked up by Kaize. She's at the blue line with it. Sends it in front to Chevrier. She gets a shot on net. Whistle goes. Back to the blue line. Avery sends it down low to Jolie. Back to Avery. She comes across. The blue line gets a low shot. Deflected in front. Rebound on net. Another rebound. By Korah. Puck comes in our zone. Carrington takes it behind the net. Hits the brakes. Starts to set up the break. Up to Avery. Avery across the red line. Enters Korah territory. Nice little move, gets past one, gets over, couldn't tuck it in though. Now it comes around from Bryant, back to Manini, back to Bryant. Bryant to the blue line, Carrington shot, deflected wide. Alyssa gets the rebound. Into the corner. Chevrier wins the battle. Bryant gets the loose puck out, over to Manini. Chevrier taking a beating in front of the net. Loose puck picked up by Avery. It's in front of Alyssa, her shot on net. Rebound's loose, Alyssa gets the rebound. A little high, picked up by Angus. Back to the blue line for Kaize. Her shot on net from Angus, saved. Chevrier after that rebound. Ties up in the corner, 5 minutes left in regulation, 5-on-5 hockey, 5 for the Cardinals. Battle in the corner. We give a little push. They push us after the whistle, and we skate away. 4:49 to go. Well, both girls having a chat. So they're not going to play the rest of the game. 5-on-5. Angus is going to take a 5-minute break. Well, it would be a 10-minute break, but we only got 5 minutes left. Let's know if he called a 2 or a 10 on the girls. It's coincidental, so it's 5-on-5. No suspensions, just trying to settle things down. Alright, everyone's all set. Puck is dropped. into the corner. Korah gets it. They reverse down low. The puck comes out. Soo gets a piece of it to avoid the icing. They get it down low. Big cross check behind the net. Another hit. Weak. Just keep it going though. Nice battle from. I'm trying to figure out who that was. We get it again. That was Emma Plant. Great battle from Plant down low. We get the puck back into the Soo territory. We chip it up the boards. Ooh. We send it cross ice. We get into the zone. All right. Cardinals get there first. Judd to Manini. Across for White. Back to Judd. He's going to come up the sidewall with that. Run into yellow wall. And puck goes back down low. Now White. Up to Brooklyn. They're announcing the penalties, but I still can't hear what they're saying, so we'll see if the girls come out or not. Shot on net, saved by Navarro. She hangs on to that. 3:30 to go in regulation. Off the draw, everyone's tied up. Korah sends it out front. Judd chips it away to Shea. Shea gets that over the blue line to Bryant. Bryant regroups in the neutral zone. Cross Carly. Carly gets that into the zone. Gets it out front. Korah knocks it away. Judd keeps it in at the blue line. Chips it into the corner. Korah sends that around with 3 minutes left in regulation time. Chevrier, nice little play, keeps it in the zone. Back to the blue line, White keeps it in. Bryant gets it behind the net. Works it out front. Chevrier gets a shot with the save, rebound. Comes out. In comes Judd. She steps up to keep that in. Chip over to Bryant. Bryant to Shea. Tries to get that back to Bryant. It's knocked away. Cleared out by Korah. Game's up for an icing. 2.5 minutes to go in regulation. 5-1 Cardinals. Off the draw, puck cleared away by Korah. Gets it in. Takes a bump. She's going to get slashed over there. Only 4 minutes. There we go. We play it. Head contact is the call. There's only 2:15 left, so it really doesn't matter if he calls it 2 or 4. Just curious what he does. He huts the puck up to his line mate. Nice little play. 2 minutes for head contact. And did the other girls come out of the box? I didn't notice. Oh. Face off in our zone. Back. Chip it up. Harris gets it to the blue line, but it's kept in. Now Manini chips it up the boards. Gets that over the blue line. Korah in the neutral zone re-enters. They get onside. Nice play. They take it behind the net. Circling around, coming to high slots. Now she takes a shot, low shot, deflected wide. Manini into the corner, chips it up. It's kept in at the blue line, shot in front, and Carrington clears that away. Carrington with possession now, goes behind the net, reverses, a double reverse, and fires it off the boards and out of the zone. Brooklyn Manini with some pressure, keeping Korah on her toes. Forcing that play, and it's picked up by Alyssa Bryant. Bryant cuts in, gets a shot. Wide, almost beat the goalie, blocker side. Manini puts that back towards the net. We got a minute to go on the penalty. Back check from Manini. Soo gets in the zone. They get past one. They get a shot. They score. Power play goal for Korah. 5 5-2 with 1:05 to go in regulation. Korah sending out 5. 1:05 left in regulation. 5-2 for the Cardinals. Puck comes back into our zone. Guerrero plays that over. Judd gets it behind the net, up the boards to Shea. Shea centers that for Chevrier. Ryan cuts into the zone, gets past 1. Oh, just tuck that in. 40 seconds left in regulation. Chevrier with possession. No trouble at the blue line. Getting some help. The puck comes out. Back to Judd in our own zone. 25 seconds. She chips it up to Shea. She gets that out of the zone. In comes Angus. Okay, she didn't get that 10-minute. Number 2. She comes out in the high slot. Gets a shot. Blocked by Korah. 10 seconds to go. Gets to the blue line. We get a shot. Blocked by Korah again. Chip up. Angus with some pressure. And that's the end of regulation. 3 games, 3 wins for the Cardinals. Going to the championship. And we already know we're going to OSSA also. And that's the Cards. Just got to sort out what color medal we're going to bring home after the 3 p.m. game versus Scholar Hall. Well, thanks for tuning in. See you later this afternoon.